Welcome everyone, I'm Almie, and here today we have Hayla and Kai, and today we are going to focus on yoga for teens because young adults also need space to slow down, to practice stillness, and their lives are also as chaotic as adults. So go ahead and grab your mats and I will meet you back here and we'll get started. And what we're going to begin with is we are going to start with an opener, and just coming into the present. We will sit in stillness for a moment and a place where we can just get in tuned with our breath and just creating a space where we can do that. So for those at home, feel free to get into a comfortable seated position. You can be in Sukhasana or easy seat or whatever feels good for you guys. So as we're here, let's close our eyes and then just placing your hands on top of your knees and just using this opportunity to find the rhythm of your breath. Taking a deep inhale in through your nose and then open mouth exhale, just letting out all of the air, emptying out your lungs. Continue that breath, neither fast or slow. And use this practice today as an opportunity to slow down, feeling your body, and just letting your breath guide the way. We are going to explore our energy centers around our heart and our throat, the spaces where we feel love, connection, and a place where we speak our truth. I want you now to place one hand over your heart and the other on your throat. And as you continue your breath here, as you inhale deeply, exhale slowly, I want you to start recognizing and just asking yourself, how does your body feel right now? With no obligation to fix it, all you need to do is notice and recognize. Now with your hand on your throat, as you continue to breathe in and out, start to visualize a blue light. That blue light getting stronger, getting warmer, and it's centered around your throat. This is your throat chakra. And then as you start to move down to your heart, start to visualize a green light. That getting brighter, that getting warmer. And then the two just starts to mesh. These are the energy centers we're going to focus on today, what we're going to nurture. And it's where the energy, this is the centers where we're going to work on. Go ahead and release your hands back on top of your knees. We're going to work on our pranayama or breath. The breath that we're going to work on is our 3-part breath, where as we inhale and as we exhale, we're going to focus on different parts of where that breath originates. First in the belly, then in the ribs, and then our chest. So as you breathe in, we're going to do this a few times. Actually, cut that. Visualize. So let's bring our hands back to our throat. Okay. Now let's go ahead and release and bring our hands back down to the top of our knees. And we are simply going to work on our Ujjayi breath, is our oceanic breath. And the way this works is if you bring your hands to the front of your mouth, as you exhale, it's as if you are trying to fog up a mirror. So as you do that, as you should hear you constricting your throat, and it sounds something like this. You can feel the air forcibly come out of your throat. So go ahead and try that a couple times where you can. And it's okay to laugh. This is new. And for those teens at home, this is totally real life. Like, especially if this is your first time practicing, it is new. And sometimes we get the giggles. I got the giggles when I first started, so that's totally okay. So Ujjayi breath is as we inhale through our nose. And then you exhale, pretend you're trying to fog up a mirror. Release your hands. And then continue that breath, that oceanic breath, and it's all through your nose. So sealing your lips, and it's an inhale. You should be able to hear that breath. And as you exhale, you're exhaling through your nose, still being able to hear that breath as well. So as we inhale, and then you exhale. You may ask, why do we breathe like that? It helps build up the heat, right? And it also, I guess the easiest way to put it for you guys would be, it's something you can focus on, right? And for those of you at home, our breath, if you think about it, is super magical. It happens without us even trying, without any effort. It just happens. And our breath is also there when we are practicing yoga. It's not just movement or stretching. It really is an opportunity for us to use our breath to come to the present, right? It is a way for us to reclaim our space, right? Reclaim the whatever feeling you may be feeling, whether it's anxiety, stress, sadness, happiness, right? Our breath is always there, and our breath is always there to help guide us to wherever we need to be. And so as we go through this practice, you're going to hear me cue you guys to not forget to breathe. Every movement is always going to be accompanied by a breath or an inhale or an exhale. And our breath helps us not force our body into the posture, but it allows the posture to find you, right? So it's not about what it's supposed to look like or where your hands or your legs should be. It's how are you feeling in this present moment? And it's not about, like I said, stretching, but when you think about yoga and this practice that we have, that we're doing today, it really is about being able to get through any discomfort. Like earlier, the breath, right? The breathing, it is funny, right? But there's also a discomfort towards that because it is new and it's not common, right? We don't do Ujjayi breath just when we're sitting around, right? It's new. And so there is a discomfort of like, oh, this is new, and that's the way we're going to, react to that, and it's totally fine, right? But then we also use our breath to help us regulate and also just be present. So we'll do our Ujjayi breath. a few times. We'll do it a few rounds. And I encourage you to close your eyes and also just take notice of how your breath feels, right? Set aside everything else. As you're inhaling, how does your lungs feel? Like, imagine feeling the air coming into your lungs. As you exhale, how does it feel emptying out your lungs? How does your body feel? And more importantly, where is your mind at, right? When you start to think about like, oh, what am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I gonna have for a snack? What am I gonna eat? You know, there's all these things that go through our minds. Our breath helps us come back to the present, right? And so as we're going through this breathing exercise, it is really about like, can you really be present, right? In this space in your body? And yeah, so we'll do some breaths and then we'll go into our movements. And then if it feels better just to put your hands wherever they may be, they can come down here, open. Usually when we have them open like this, it's you want to receive, right? You want to receive whatever energy. Down, you are giving energy back. So whatever you're feeling today. So let's start. Close our eyes. And then we'll do this together. So let's take a big breath in through our nose. And then exhale. Emptying out all the air. Continue a few more of these on your own as you inhale through your nose and then exhaling out the same. Remember to kind of keep in mind of how you're feeling, what that air feels like coming in and what the air feels like going out. Being present in this practice is your practice alone. You make it what you want it to be. So let's blink open your eyes when you're ready. And we're gonna go into some movement and some stretching just to open up our bodies and to warm things up. You can also keep your eyes closed if you want, or you can just keep them open and I will be doing the practice with you guys. So in a comfortable seated position, let's inhale. So as I cue, I will inhale. I will cue the breath to the movement and just kind of follow along with me as we move into our warm up. We'll do standing postures, end on the mat, and then end with everyone's favorite of Savasana. So inhale, raise your hand up overhead. And then just give it a nice stretch, reach for the sky. And then exhale, we're gonna twist to the right. So bringing your hand on your knee, and then the other hand behind you. As you inhale here, you're lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, you're gonna twist even deeper, looking over your shoulder. And then one more breath here. Inhale through your nose, keeping that Ujjayi breath, and then twisting deeper. Inhale, come out, arms back up overhead. And then exhale, twist to the other side. As you're here, again, as you inhale, you're lengthening your spine. And then as you exhale, twisting deeper. One more breath in. And then exhale, twisting deeper. Inhale, come back up, hands up overhead. And then we're just gonna fall and do a side bend to the right, reaching up, reaching over. Inhale, come back up to center, hands up into sky, reaching for the sky. And then exhale. bending to the left. Inhale, come back up. Hands on the ground, on your knees, and then come into tabletop. So tabletop is just simply coming to your knees. And then here, your shoulder is in alignment with your wrists. So right below your wrists. Knees are hip width distance apart. And then as we inhale, we're gonna drop our bellies, looking up to the sky. Exhale, pushing away, rounding out your spine. This is our cat-cow. So move at your own pace with your breath as you inhale, dropping your belly. Exhale, rounding out your spine. Inhale, dropping belly. Exhale, spine. Pushing the mat away. And then on that next inhale, just come to a neutral spine, back to tabletop. Let's sit back on our hips. And then we move into child's pose. Just simply reaching forward, bringing your hands down onto the mat, your forehead down to the mat. And as you're here, just letting everything relax. Feeling that nice stretch. I'll be coming around just to give you guys a little extra, extra stretch. So here, letting everything sink down. And then you're elongating your spine. And don't forget to breathe. Let your breath guide you. And then let your breath let you sink deeper. And then also think about, again, maybe this is a good time for you guys to set an intention, right? Like what you want to get out of today's practice. On this next inhale, so we're going to stand at the top of our mats. Again, hip width distance apart is just putting two fists in between your feet. That's hip width distance apart. Okay. And just stand up. That's just a check. That wasn't anything else. All right, so here we're gonna stand in mountain pose or Tadasana. And in mountain pose, we're standing strong, we're standing steady. And this is an opportunity for us to also ground, right? We wanna find our stability here. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold, hinging at your hips, coming all the way down. And it's not a matter of if you can touch your feet or the ground, it's just you're getting this forward fold in. Inhale, we're gonna halfway lift, hands on the shins, and your back should feel as if someone can balance a cup of water on it without spilling. This is our halfway lift. Exhale, bring our hands down onto the mat. And then we're gonna bring our feet back into a plank position. And as we're here, we're gonna hold for a breath. And then on that next inhale, we're gonna bring our knees down. Untuck your toes. You're gonna bring your chest down. and then your chin. And then you're just gonna slide forward. And then we're gonna come up into upward facing dog. We're here, feel the bend, feel your chest open up. So bringing your shoulders to open up, away from your ears. Tuck our toes in the back, and then we're gonna push up into downward facing dog. Let's inhale, bring your right foot up behind you. And then we're gonna just bring it forward into a low lunge. So as we're here in this low lunge, find your stability. And then we're gonna inhale, we're gonna come up into, this is our warrior one. We're gonna pivot now to the left, yes, into warrior two. Your right leg is bent, not over your ankles. Back leg feels solid. Arms out. You're straight, upright. Yes, like a warrior. Looking at the tips, fingertips. We're gonna inhale, reach forward just a little bit, and we're gonna reverse that warrior. Yep, reaching over. Yes. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. And then we're gonna do a side angle pose, bringing your arm down, just resting lightly on your knee. And then your other arm reaching up, looking up at the sky. And then inhale, come back up, warrior two. And then we're just gonna simply come back up to the front of our mats, hands up overhead, hands down. How's that feel? Good. Is this new for both of you? Okay, we're gonna do the other side because there needs to be this balance. So, when you're ready, inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat, kick back into that plank position. Keeping everything solid. Let's bring down our knees. Coming down to our chest. Then chin. And then we're gonna bring ourselves up into upward facing dog. And as you're here, you're gonna feel your shoulders open up, opening up our chest, which is also opening up our heart chakra. Here, take a moment, take a breath, and then inhale, push up and back into downward facing dog. Awesome. We're gonna lift our left leg back up behind us, and then we're gonna simply bring it forward as we move into that low lunge. Yes. As you're here, we'll lift up into Anjaneyasana, which is the warrior two. So lift all the way up, hands up overhead, keeping that front leg bent. Yes, hands parallel. And then we're gonna move into warrior two. So pivoting, yes, that way. Perfect. Looking forward across your fingertips. Keeping your front knee bent. Yes. And then what you should feel here is hips start to open up. You should feel a lot of stretch in your quads, in your, all your legs. And then we're gonna reverse that warrior. So reach a little bit, and then we're gonna go over, reaching. And then we're gonna come forward on that inhale into that side angle pose. So bringing your arm down, and yes. Inhale, come back up, warrior. And then we're gonna come back into the table, top of your mats. Hands down. How's that feel? Good, good. Okay, still recording. All right. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, we're gonna just simply sit back into chair. This is chair pose, so we're reaching forward a little bit. We're gonna cactus our arms. We're gonna open up our chest. As we open up our arms here, just feel that stretch. You should feel the stretch alongside your chest. You should feel as if your shoulder blades are trying to kiss each other. Inhale, come back up. Hands up overhead, and let's simply back bend, letting your head drop behind you. Let's open up our throat chakras, right? And I'm gonna come behind you to give you a little bit of support. So go ahead and fall, yes. You're gonna feel the shakes, that's totally fine. But just breathe into it. Allow your breath to let you and guide you. And it's not a matter of how far your head goes back, but just simply opening up your throat chakra. So get a back bend here, and then breathe as if you're trying to look back at the fence behind you. You're safe. Go ahead and just back bend a little bit. Yeah. I'm here to support you. No, you're fine like that. And then let's inhale, come back up, straight up. And then let's sit back down into chair as we go into that cactus, right? Cactus. You can also look up here. Just again, getting that stretch. And again, as your arms reaching back, you can also feel like your shoulders coming together. Inhale, come back up. And then back bend, throat bend, opening up your throat. You're just here for a breath or two. Inhale, come back down, and then back into this chair. And here we're gonna move into tree pose. So what we're gonna do here on that next inhale, you're just gonna simply lift your left leg, bring it over your right. Now, if it feels more stable for you, go ahead and use your foot down. You can bring your toes down to give you that support. Or if you are able to sustain it, you can keep it just like so. Okay, this is one part of it. And then go ahead and step out of it. I will show you the arms. So for the arms, we're gonna reach up and we're gonna swing our left arm underneath our right. And then you can either bring your hands together as so, or like that, or wherever. Your hands may not touch, and that's totally fine. Yes. So it's right, left, under, and then yes. You're gonna feel constriction here. You're gonna feel it in your shoulders. And then as we bring our leg over, just gonna sit down into our tree with eagle arms. This is eagle arms. So we're just here for a breath. Inhale, come back up, unwind, and we move to the other side. So let's, this time our right arm underneath our left. Yes. And then our right over our left. And we're just gonna simply sink down. And just here for a breath. Inhale, come out. Hands up overhead. And then down into Tadasana. Feel good? Yeah? All right. So we'll do the rest on the mat. So go ahead and come down to all the way down to your backs. We're gonna lay down all the way. And we are gonna move into our fish pose. So fish, again, this is another way of opening up our throat and also our heart. So straighten out your legs, and then you're gonna just simply prop yourself up on your back of your forearms. Yes, just like this, with your neck all the way back, as if you're trying to lay, yes. So this is fish. We're doing a lot of things here. Our throat, our heart. And you may use these affirmations or say these affirmations to yourself or out loud, but whatever you choose to do, these are, up to you how you want to express them. I am open. I trust myself. My heart is full and my voice is strong. And at this point, don't worry about how the pose may look. What matters is how you feel. Don't forget your breath. And allow whatever feelings, whatever discomfort, or maybe awkwardness, whatever it may be, just let those feelings come and go. On that next inhale, slowly rise your head, bring your head back up slowly, and then push your way back down. Yes. And just taking a moment here. Just bend our knees, bringing your soles of your feet flat to the mat and allowing your knees to just simply fall to the right. Yep. Bringing your arms out up into a cactus like we did earlier. Cactus arms, yep. And here again, it is about opening up your chest, your heart, and then going back to those affirmations. Going back to the energy that we're cultivating. And using your breath to stay focused, present. And I will be coming around. You guys can keep your eyes closed, but just kind of giving you guys a little extra support and stretch as you're here. And just breathing into it. And the shaking occurs when your body is not familiar with the movement, right? And that's totally fine. Great, inhale, let's move on to the other side. And perhaps this time you're looking opposite of where your feet is going, giving that nice spinal twist. And just again, using your breath. Slowly bring your knees back to center. And then bringing your knees up to your chest, hugging your chest. Yep, you can hug. Yep, hug your legs, bringing them up. And then you can use this time to also rock back and forth to give your lower back a little bit of a massage. But as you're here, you want that compression. Release your left leg, hugging that right, bringing it in all the way to your armpit as if you're trying to drive it into your armpit. Yes. You should feel that in your glutes, your hamstrings, definitely your hamstrings. You can bring this all the way down, yeah. One more breath here, release, move on to the other side. Yes. And you're just trying to drive it into that armpit. And then next, we'll finally, before we move into our Savasana, go ahead and release. We're gonna move into our bridge pose, just to give ourselves one last chest opener. So bended knees. And here, what you wanna do is try to bring your heels as close to your bottom as possible. And then once you're here, you're gonna simply, you can leave your hands out to your side, down to your side. You're gonna lift your hips up, using your glutes and using your leg muscles to bring yourself up to, yes. And come back all the way flat to, no, come flat on your foot, not your tippy toes, yeah. Like that, and come all the way up. And again, if this is a new posture or you're new to this, it might feel a little bit wobbly. That's totally fine. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna come under and I'm gonna lift you up a little bit just to give you a little bit of lift, and also it also feels good on your back. So inhale here, and then exhale. Just let go. Just trust me, I'm not gonna let you fall. Inhale here, and then exhale, I'm gonna let you down. Take a little break here. So inhale. Exhale. Trust me, I won't let you fall. Okay, I'm gonna let you down. Go ahead and extend out your legs into final Savasana. This can sometimes be the toughest in terms of being still, trying to still your mind. In Savasana, it is usually a time where we tend to just self-reflect on how our body is feeling. Oftentimes we want to react. And in yoga, it does teach us about stillness. During this time, with your breath, as you exhale, start to just imagine the release of tension, fear, anxiety, energy that no longer serves its purpose. Imagine the blue and green lights that we talked about earlier. Using that energy to help you release. If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes just to have a little bit more focus. Going back to that green light, which represents our heart chakra or our anahata chakra. Imagine it glowing in your chest. And imagine it pulsing with calm, compassion, and love. That's all that light represents. Calm, compassion, and love. Continue to follow your breath and use that breath to keep you in this space, a space that's safe. You have control of the energy that you generate, the energy that you put out there. Next, I want you to start imagining that blue light. The blue light, which represents our throat chakra. And truly start to imagine that blue light swirling in your throat. Imagine that blue light getting stronger, getting warmer. And as you continue to see that blue light swirl at your throat, it's about fluidity, openness, peace. Allow this light to freely flow and glow between your heart and your voice. You can say it out loud or think it to yourself, but know that you are love. So that mantra is simply, I am love, I am truth. Balancing out our chakras doesn't happen in one practice, nor does it happen overnight. it's something that you do daily and consistently. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a 45-minute session. It could simply be you meditating in your room or outside for 5 minutes. And again, going through those mantras, imagining your blue light, your green light. You don't need to be loud to be heard. You don't need to rush to feel love, because you just let your breath carry your truth. Let your breath guide you. And let your heart remind you, right? Go back to that green glowing light as a simple reminder that you are already enough and that you are where you're supposed to be. Now, we started our practice in stillness and we end with stillness. And it is about slowing down not just our bodies, but also our mind. The energy we explored today was just a glimpse, bless you, around our chest and throat chakras. And again, these are the spaces where we feel love, connection, and a place where we speak our truth. Continue to cultivate it off the mat. And when you guys are ready, go ahead and start to get some movement back in your fingers and your toes. And then let's move off to our left into a fetal position. And just taking your time. And then when you're ready, we'll finish our practice with 3 together breaths. So let's meet when you're ready. Come up into a seated position. And let's close our eyes, hands on our knees or our thighs, however you want it. And let's take a big inhale through our nose together. And then open mouth, exhale. Take 2 more. Inhale through our nose. And then open mouth, exhale. And then 1 final breath in through our nose. And then open mouth, exhale. And that was our quick beginner, very fast, very simple practice on our heart and throat chakras. So wanted to see if there were any questions or if you guys want to share how you're feeling or if there were any type of things, emotions, feelings that came up that you are comfortable in sharing, or if not, we don't have to share. So.
Oh, I feel a lot of release, like, you know what I mean? Like, just lighter.
Good,
Yeah.
good. What do you think, at what point did that happen?
I feel like a lot when we're, like, bending our heads back, opening up the throat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just, like, back, things like that.
Hey.